Hello and welcome back to AprilMayCodes. In today's video, I'll be working some more on my moon phase planner. I went ahead and downloaded some images. I put those in a static folder in the daily folder. Some images for the one for each sign and then one for each phase of the moon because I want those to display on my daily page. And I also got this tarot back image because eventually I'll put an image, a path in the database. I have to add this to the database actually. But I'll have a path to each tarot card, a picture of each tarot card. But for now, I just wanted to display something on the screen. So I just got this tarot card back image that I'm going to use. So to start, I want to go ahead and put the attributions to each of the images that I'm using in my base.html. So I'm going to put this below the content block. So I'm going to do a div. And I was looking at the Bootstrap documentation, and it looks like I just need to add class fixed bottom to the div. So let me see if that works. Fixed bottom. And then let me copy my attributions, which I put in here. Oh, I forgot one. Let's cut those out of there and go back to base and paste them in here and uncomment them, which I think I can do like this. Yep. And let me get that last one. And we'll put that right here and uncomment it. And nothing is aligned right. Let me indent this a little bit. That looks a little bit better. Let me just see what that looks like. See if it has, it should just be all in the footer. So we'll go to localhost and there's a footer. It doesn't look pretty, but it works. So I've got my image attribution in there. I'm not going to be making this site live, so it probably wasn't even necessary, but for future projects, I want to make sure that I'm attributing the image authors and everything, so I figured I may as well include it. Let me see if there's a way to make it look a bit nicer. I'd like the text to be smaller, I think. Let's see. And maybe a background color for a div. Let me look it up. Div background color. So I can just put a background color in there. Cool. Okay. What color do I want? Let's do like a gray. Let's do HTML color picker and get like a nice, let's do like a blue gray. That works. We want the hex code. And we'll go back to PyCharm and we'll do style equals background color. And we'll put in that color. All right. And then I think, is there a small? Can I do like, yeah, I think so. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a bit better. All right, so I've got a footer on there. Now I'm going to work on the daily page. So I can close base. Let's add to the models everything that I'm going to need. So I want to add to my card an image path. That's going to be db.column, db.string, and I have no idea how long they should be. I'll say 75. They won't be that long, but we'll say 50. Okay, and then we want to do, what else did I need to add to models? I need to add a written date to journal. So we'll do written date is equal to db.column, db.date. And then I wanted to add a red column to journal. So db.column, and that's going to be a bool. Is it bool or boolean? I think it's like that. And we'll say default is equal to 1. Because when you're writing the journal, you will have read it when you've written it. But we're going to set the value to 0 for the letters to your future self. And then when you get to a day where you've written a letter to yourself on that day, it'll pop up on the daily page saying you have an unread journal. I think. I hope it'll work like that. Let's see. So add the read, add the written date. Okay. All right, that looks good for now. I need to go to my terminal, make sure my virtual environment's active, and do Flask db migrate. I shouldn't need anything else, right? I didn't link to any other tables, so yeah, that should be fine. And then Flask db upgrade. Okay. Now if I look at my file here, find the database. All right, got it open. If I go to browse data, I changed journal. So it's got that written date and if it's read. And I changed the card so it has an image path. All right. I'm not adding anything in there yet. Eventually I'll upload a picture for each tarot card. But I'm not worried about that right now. I probably should have kept that open. Okay, so what I want, where do I want the prompts to show up at? That's one thing I didn't sketch out on this. Maybe I'll do like a popover, or is that what they're called? Or a modal, where you click and the journal prompts for each, for that day will pop up. That sounds good. Anyway, in my day, I'm gonna start with 3 columns. Okay, so I want 3 columns. The first is gonna be the current sign that the sun is in with the image, and then it'll say the sign underneath it. The middle column will be the image of the moon phase, and it'll say what sign the moon is in. And the column on the right will display the tarot card image if you've chosen a card for that day, or it will prompt you to put in what card you drew or have a button to let the app choose for you. So I'm going to get started on that. I can take out all of this. Actually, let me leave the header in there. That is just the formatted date. I'll keep that in there. Okay, day.phase.phase.phase for the moon phase. All right, let me take out this, and I'll leave this block here just so I know how to access those values. So I'll make a row, and then a column, another column, and another column. Okay. The first column will be the sun sign image. So that is, let's see, day dot sign. Oh, you know what? I need to add a sign image. No, I don't. I think I can access it. Let me look at sign. I just called it sign. So day.sign.sign, I think because I named all of the signs with a capital letter, so I can just do sign.jpg, I think. Let me see if that works. So how do you do an image? God, I don't even remember that. It's IMG. Okay. All right. So we're going to do IMG, and the source is going to be, let's see, we're in templates. So do we need to go up a folder to static? Let's just try images slash Gemini.png. Let's just make sure that that gets something on the screen. So let's refresh the page, or we'll just go to the calendar and click a day, and we have no image. So what if we don't go up a folder? What if we just do this? Static images, Gemini. Oh, I said PNG. Okay, so let's go up a folder then. All right, let's try that. Nope, nothing's being displayed. So if we take out this, nope, still nothing. If I do F12, how do I access the image? Huh. All right, give me just a minute. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm using Flask, so this needs to be URL for, and then let's say daily.static, and file name equals Gemini.png. Let's see if that works. Nope. Okay. Let me look back at the Flask images. It's not what I want. Let's try that. Let's look back at this. URL for static, file name equals. What error did I get? Oh, does it all need to be in? No. Static, comma. Okay. Oh, I didn't put a comma. Expected end of print statement got string. Oh, I didn't close. Okay. Nope. Still no image. What if I just say static? I don't think that will work because of it's not the main static. Yeah, it should be daily.static. Oh, dot images. Let's try that. Okay. We have daily.static. I wonder if I put images in the file name. So we do daily.static and then images slash. Okay, let's try that. Nope, still no image. Daily slash static slash images. Gemini dot. I still have PNG. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh, we got an image and it is huge. Okay, let's resize that. How do you resize images? Does it say in here? I have no idea what size I want it to be. Let's try this size. Okay, so we'll go back here and paste that in there and see if that changes anything. It did, but I don't like that size. I actually want it to be a lot smaller because we want it to be just a third of the page. I'm sure there's a way to do that, but I don't know what it is. Let's see. Oh, you know what? What if I do a card? I think if I do a card and put it in there, it will be the right size. Let me look at Bootstrap cards and how to do images with cards. Okay. Class card image top. Okay. So we'll go back here. And in the column, we'll put a card. And we'll put the card header. Or do we want the image on top? Let's do the image on top. So we'll take this line of code and put it here. Then add a class, card, image top. Was it spelled out? Nope, just IMG. Okay. And then we'll do, this doesn't need to be there. That can be there. And we'll do div.card header. We'll say sun sign. And then div.card body. The sun is in day.sign.sign. Okay, let's see how that looks. Let me take out that size. Looks better. Maybe I won't have a card body. We'll just say sun sign dash and then the sign. Okay, so I can take out this card body. And let's add the class text center so it's centered beneath the image. And I think that's all I want for our first column. Then for the next column, let's go ahead and make a card. Oh, let's change this to be, oh shoot. How do I bet I can make it an F string, right? And then day.sign.sign. I don't think that's gonna work. Let's see. Nope. Expected a comma, got a string. I wonder if I do it here. I don't think that'll work either. Nope. Okay, so it's loading the page, it's just not loading the image. Day.sign.sign.jpg, and we have Scorpio.jpg. Okay. Let me look up URL for dynamic file names. Oh, okay. Okay. So if file name is images slash, let's get rid of the F, images slash, and then we'll do day.sign.sign.jpg. Okay, I think that'll work. There we go. All right, that looks good. Now let's do the moon face. So we've got our card. Let's put the image in there. And images slash, and then we want day dot phase dot phase dot face. Come on. Okay, so there's our image, and then we'll do div dot card header, and our card header will be let's say day dot phase dot phase moon in day.phase.sign.sign. Okay. And that should work. So now we should have 2 images. Oh, it's too big though. I'd like it to be a little bit smaller. Is that the right moon phase and sign? Current moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn. Waxing crescent. So the moon phase is working, but the sign isn't. Huh. Day.phase. Sign. So that should be the moon phase sign, not the day sign. Yeah, because the day sign is Scorpio. Okay, well, I'll work on that another time. I guess the image isn't too big. I'll leave it for now and work on the 3rd column. So for the 3rd column, we'll do a card. Card header will say card of the day. And then we'll do div.card body. And we'll say if day.card card ID. Okay, so if day.card ID, then we will display the image. And that will be, for now, just images/tarot back.jpg. And I can get rid of this. Okay. So if there's a card, and then else, no card chosen, choose a card below, or have the app select one for you. I'll say draw one for you. All right, how does that look? Oh, I need to close the if block and if. We're not displaying the tarot card image. Tarot-back, tarot-back. .jpg. Why isn't that displaying it? Daily.static. Oh, because there is no card, so it's not going to display a card. I knew that. Okay, so that looks all right. Now let's go ahead and create a form in daily. So we'll do new file, forms.py, and we'll add it to Git. And now I have to remember how to do these. So we'll create a class, add, we'll say card of the day. That is going to be a Flask form, which we need to import. And card will be a string field, which we'll need to import. We'll call it card and validators. What is it, required? So import string field and import required. Nope, not required. I think it'll be required by default. So let's just take out the validators because it has an optional validator. So if it's not optional, then it's required. And then save will be submit field, save. Import submit field. And then we'll go back to day and add our form. But you know what? We need to call that, we'll call this card form dot card dot label. And then we'll do card form dot card. And then in our routes, we need to create the form. We'll put that right at the top. Card form is equal to add, no, what did I call it? Card of the day. And we'll import that. And down here, we'll say card form is equal to card form. All right, that's not all I want to do with the form, but that should be enough to get it on the page. And I need to put a new line. So let's put this in a div. Maybe I'll put it in the footer. I think that would look nice. Okay, so let's go back to day. And then we're going to do okay, so this doesn't need to be in the card body. And I think I'm just going to do end if here. So we'll cut this and we'll put it right there. So below where it says card of the day, we'll display the image. Or maybe above. It might go above it because it's card image top. I'm not sure how that works. I'll have to put a card in for one of these days and test that out. But then in the card body, we'll say no card chosen, choose a card below, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll close that div. And then we'll do div.card footer. Oops. And put the form. Okay, how does that look? Yeah, that looks better. Maybe text center on all of these. So I think I can put it in call and it will center all the text. I think. Let's try that. Okay. Yep, that looks good. And then below that card, I'm going to have this be a drop down. So if you start typing, it will show up all the card options. But I'm going to do that in a different video. Now let's add the ability to have it choose a card for you. So we'll have the card form. Oh, and then we need card form.save. And then we'll do a new line. And then we'll say URL for draw card. Oops, I need to do this. And that's going to be Yeah, we'll put that in daily. Daily.drawCard. And I think we'll need to pass in the day ID. Day ID equals day.id. And then we'll close that and close that. Okay. And this will be a button. I think we can do button dark, or we might need to do how we did the nav bar. It might have changed. We'll see if button dark works. And we'll say draw a card. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it can't build the endpoint because I haven't made it yet. Let's go ahead and add that to routes real quick. So we'll say daily.route draw card day ID, and then def draw card day ID, and we'll pass. There we go. Yeah, it looks good. The button's dark, so that does work. So we can enter the card and save it, or we can draw a card. Now I think I know how I can build this draw card function, but let's see if it actually works. So I'm gonna make a tarot cards list, and I will say for card in card.query.all, if card, if card not in tarot cards, tarot cards.append card. So that will append the card. Let's import card and add the colon that I forgot. So now we'll have a list of all our tarot cards. The reason I do that is because in my database, in the card table, the Fool is listed 12 times because there's one for the Fool in each sign. Oh. Yeah, I can do it this way. Or should I just search? No, I think this will work. And then we'll do chosen card equals, is it random.choice from tarot cards? And then let's import random. I don't know which of these I need. I think it's that one. And we'll just print card dot, what do I call it, name? Okay, so let's see if that works. Oh, it didn't. Okay. And then we will return render template. Oh shoot, day takes a date. We'll do return redirect day or URL for day. That should be daily.day. And then date is equal to day.date. And then in here, we'll say day is equal to day.query.filter by. ID is equal to day ID dot first. Okay, so day.date should work, I think. Import URL for and import redirect. Okay, let's try that again. So it redirected us to this page, so that worked. Did it print a card? King of Pentacles. All right. So now I need to make sure that we're doing the card in the right sign so that we have the right themes and meanings and prompts and all that. So I think what I'll do, okay, if card.signID is equal to day.signID, if it's not in the tarot cards, then we'll add it. So that will add all 78 for the right sign. And to make sure, we'll print card.name, and then we'll print card.sign.sign. So let's run that again. And we've got King of Pentacles and Pisces. What day am I on? Yeah, November 7th. The sign is Scorpio. So, card.sign.sign. What is going wrong? Let's say for card in tarot cards, and then we'll print card.sign.sign. We see if card.signID is equal to day.signID, ID equals day ID, and the day ID we're passing in is day.id. Okay, let's do that. And these should all be the same sign that was printed. And it was all Scorpio. So how on earth did I get Pisces before? Well, now the tarot cards are all working right. Maybe I didn't refresh the page before. So chosen card equals random.choice. So let's print chosen card dot name and print. Oh, you know what? I think I did card instead of chosen card before. Bet that's what I did. Okay, so we'll print the chosen card dot name and the chosen card dot sign dot sign. All right, so we'll refresh this page and do that, which takes us back to this page. And what did we print? Four of Pentacles and Scorpio. All right, so I think that's working properly. So now we just need to add that to the database. So we'll do day.card ID equals chosen card dot ID, and then db.session.commit, and then return redirect. And then when we redirect, we should have the card back image showing. Oh, and let's add to the header so we'll do card of the day, and then if day.card ID, then we'll do a dash, and we'll say day.card.name. Okay, and then we'll do end if. All right, so let's refresh this page and do this, and it worked. Now all my images are different sizes, which I don't love. But I've got my 3 columns. They're showing up how I'd like them to. Now, if I go to a different day, November 9th, we don't have a card chosen. But if I go back to November 7th, I've got the Knight of Pentacles, and it displays a card image. So that's working so far. I've got a lot more planned out for what I want the daily page to look like, and I've got to figure out what size I actually want these images to be and resize them. But I think that's all I'm going to do for this video. Oh, and I need to figure out why the moon sign is not showing up correctly. Oh, because I'm on November 7th. November 7th, moon phase and sign. Virgo, what? Waning crescent. And waning crescent in Virgo. Perfect. All right, so that is working. The footer stays fixed at the bottom. That looks good. I'm happy with that so far. So I will work on resizing the images in my next video and adding the tasks and fixing the card. Oh, I don't want that to show up. Let's fix that real quick. So here, no card chosen. So we only want to display that if not day.card ID. And let's put this outside the card body so it doesn't even create a card body. If not day.card ID, then we'll display the card body and the card footer. And if. Okay. So now when I refresh this, I shouldn't have this bit at the bottom. So let's refresh that. And looks like it got rid of it. Yep. Now if I go to a different day that doesn't have a card chosen, we do have this. And if we choose a card, it gets rid of it. All right, that is all for today. I'll work on resizing the images in the next video and then adding the card form drop down so that we can type the cards without having to type out the card name and spell it exactly the same as the database and everything. And maybe some other stuff depending on how long the video gets. If you enjoyed this video or if you found it helpful at all, feel free to like and leave a comment. And subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on my planner progress and my game progress. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.